there was a strong chance that what we were planning today was not going to work out. Suffice to say, we were going to an area of town called NLGX, which is a very, very popular tourist area here in China, which happens to be even more popular during the holidays. And today happens to be the Chinese holiday of
Dragon Boat Festival.
Okay, yeah. But when we say there's people everywhere, when you go down to NLGX, there are people everywhere. It is probably 15 feet wide, this little alleyway, and there are people shoulder to shoulder, maybe 12 people wide, and it's as deep as far as the street goes. So when we rolled into this place, we went there early because we were hoping that if we got there early enough, we would be able to play a show and not essentially cause too much of a ruckus. But for some reason, we were dragged into this really cool shop called Plaster Date that makes this. Yeah, they make wicked old vintage kind of Beijing design style clothing.
Nice. This is the one.
Okay.
But I need a big size.
I wanted to make sure I grabbed a shirt that captured the appropriate cultural relevance with Baijiu cigarettes and guns, apparently. And so what ended up happening was while we were inside buying our shirts, we asked the lady if we could play on her porch. And then we go out and play some music on your street. Yeah, okay? All right. Beauty. Good spot, man. It always finds us. It always finds us where we play. As we've learned over our past couple Beijing busking episodes, if you are a bunch of Laowai and you bring out instruments, people want to see what's going to happen next.
They gather quick.
They gather real fast.
Swarm.
So within what felt like 3 minutes, I would say 150 people in this tiny alleyway were crowding around, and they were ready for what we were going to do. And there was a lot of police presence.
Oh, there are police every single corner.
On the street today.
And soldiers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and undercover dudes.
Yeah, undercover people
Undercover dudes. So we get set up, we're ready to go, mics are in, guitars are plugged in, drums are set up, sax is ready, and just as soon as I was getting ready to strum the first chord, two police officers.
Can we go down here? Let them play! Let them play! Okay. This way? Okay. One song? One song?
Yeah, one song.
One song?
We did not even get to play a single note. Well, you played. You were drumming.
I beat a little bit on the drums, and then and then that was it.
Yeah, like immediately, boom.
Shut it down.
There were
shut this down.
3, 4, 5 security people, police, and they just basically said you have to leave.
But it was interesting because there are a few dudes who are very stern and firm with it, but then a few other guys, you could tell they were kind of smiling. And
Good cop, bad cop.
We were like, yo, can we just play one? And then we kind of started to play.
I played like 2 notes of a song, and then
like,
the crowd got really into it.
Yeah, the crowd.
the crowd were cheering.
We were like looking at the crowd, and they were like, yeah, one. And so the crowd is like, play. And Chinese we're
guessing they were saying play.
And the security guard, one guy's like, no, the other guy's like, no, which is kind of like a but then
I pleaded.
Yes, we were being
and
very
then the crowd started sort of chanting like, "Let them play." I think that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
And I guess they were protecting us, but that was number one. Done.
I think when it ended was because we were pleading, and the crowd was yelling, and like I was essentially just going to start playing, but then he got on his walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
For me, that was like, I got a family.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
abort mission.
Is it worth it? Is it worth going to jail for playing music and maybe?
Well, they implied that basically if we were going to try and play anywhere on that street, it was not going to happen.
No.
So we immediately were like, well, what do we do? Because this was our plan.
Yeah.
So we kind of slunk away.
We were a little dejected.
Yeah.
So we got off the street.
And so we found this beer /
tobacco shop,
and we just kind of hunkered down and talked. And then there was these 2 little girls who were
cute as a bud. Yeah.
Need the music shot,
Nice. So we set up and played, and sure enough, just like every other time we play, people gathered. And
Yeah.
the funniest moment, so now we're facing the buildings, and so I have access to see the alleyways, and I would see all of these aunties, you know, come out of their home in their pajamas, just to see what this noise is, right? Coming out, like, what is going on? And then they would go back into their hutong, and then they would come back out 5 minutes later in like their Sunday best.
Kicker, a security guy rolled up on a bike. The same, dressed in the same way of the security guards that we saw earlier that we had a problem with. And he kind of looks at us and he goes and buys, you know, tobacco,
pack of smokes,
and then looks at us and takes a picture and then he leaves. So like what?
So Tebo took us on a tour of the alleyways of the Hutong. He claimed he can get us to where we needed to be. And so we proceeded to just walk down these very cool alleyways.
Shobi,
Shobi Hutong?
They're these alleyway homes, and they've been here for hundreds of years, and they've just disappeared. There used to be hundreds and hundreds of these Hutong in Beijing, but as progress and development has happened, they just tear them down and they build things. But there are some core Hutong left, and the people, the families are still living there, and it is fantastic. We come down the straightaway, and there's an old woman sitting there.
The old granny. And as soon as she saw Brad's drum, she started air drumming. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, she does actually.
Yeah. And she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing. She had the style, the technique. She knew bass, slap, tone. She knew it. Northcott, you know, wrote a song right there.
It was a song I was working on for a while, actually.
So we're sitting in the alley and we're playing our drums. Sitting in the alley and where you from? Sitting in the alley with someone's grandma dear. And she hasn't had a drum since '74. And she's got the prettiest red Chinese door. And she wants to play drums right here. So turn it up, let's play it loud. And turn it up for that Beijing sound. And turn it up for all the neighbors to hear. I'm the drumming granny and I'm here to stay. I'm the drumming granny from round the way. I'm the drumming granny, I will play all day. Solo for you. I'm the drumming granny from around the way. I'm the drumming granny, I'll drum every day. I'm the drumming granny, I came here to say I wanna bang. All my drums are okay. I wanna bang on my drums all day. I got nowhere to be.
And everyone's got a smile on their face, and they appreciated that. I think that we were showing some attention to this woman. That was a special moment.
It was very cool.
It was very nice. And that was about the time where we realized we had some groupies.
Yeah, we had
That was about the time where we realized that there were these two girls who were essentially following us ever since the tobacco beer show that we played 20 minutes previous. And as we're going through this maze of Hutongs, they're 5 feet behind us. Like they're just, we'd stop, they'd stop.
Yeah.
And then we'd move, and then they'd move. But we still hadn't played our finale yet at that point.
No.
We wanted to have a show where, you know, we could really, really entertain. And so we made our way to the Drum and Bell Tower.
Of course.
The Drum and Bell Tower are opposite each other, and there's this big, nice square
Open
that
space.
I thought would be perfect. Some open space, and maybe we wouldn't be harassed, I thought. I don't know.
We get out there, so I'm thinking maybe the shade. I don't know who it was. We're like, no, middle.
Right in the middle.
Right,
Tebo.
Right in the middle.
Tebo had the vision.
And I'm like,
It's hot.
It's crazy
Tebo
hot out
has
here.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, middle. Let's go right in the middle.
Like, no warming up.
No warming up. Just
We might get
set
20. We might get 20 seconds.
Yeah,
we don't know.
yeah.
We don't know. So sure enough, we set up. There was not a single person in front of us while we were set up. A lot of people walking around, kids on bikes doing their thing. From the time we started to play and the first song being over, probably 100, 120.
Yeah.
It just instantly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are the Dirty City from Beijing. Sort of.
By the time we got to Tomorrow, and I just took a break from the song because I wanted them to get involved. So we started, just took a break from the song. Here's how you do it. Here's how you sing with us.
Hold on, stop. Okay, hold it. You guys all doing all right? I need your help. I want you to repeat after me. Ready? Whoa-oh, 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 oh-oh, whoa-oh, 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 oh-oh, whoa-oh, 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 oh-oh, whoa-oh, 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 oh-oh,
out of reach.
Rob, get in here. Get in front of the camera and tell what happened.
on, man, come
Rob,
on.
get over here.
Do it.
Rob had a moment with a wonderful local.
She just came up and she was just she said, I want to express my gratitude to you. That you guys would come and play on Dragon Boat Festival Day and play for free, and she was just very touched that Dirty City was here.
And that's when it's up for free. That's the best part, for free.
She meant,
Get back behind the camera, Rob.
Yeah, I'll go back to my place.
So Dirty City, here live in Beijing, continuing the busking tour.
The way that we've been approached and treated by people, the Chinese people, has been fantastic.
Yeah.
They love it.
And so grateful. You can look out there in the crowd and people are smiling. They're having a good time.
Somehow. And I love these guys. Man, such good fun. Dirty City.
Dirty City in Beijing. Boom! See you for part 4.
Peace.
Will you be on a beach and stay in touch out of reach tomorrow? Will you follow your dreams or be a part of a scene tomorrow? That's where I'll be, that's where I'll be, that's where I'll be. I will be there tomorrow. That's where I'll be, that's where I'll be, that's where I'll be. I will be there tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Whoa, whoa, whoa.